Are you ready for this?
Right now, I wish I was Darth Vader.
Darth Vader, yeah. All right, we got to do this, Mama. Let's do it for the team.
Alright.
Chef Brian Tsao here, not your typical chef, and today I'm gonna be reacting to sous vide everything. That's right, you guys asked, I'm delivering. This is the second channel of Guga Foods, and the video I'm gonna be reacting to is I cooked a brisket for a month, and this happened. For those of you who are watching and want to support further, please consider becoming a patron. By becoming a patron, you get to take advantage of some awesome perks like a shout out, discount on my merch store, but more importantly, sous chef level patrons get priority on suggesting the next episodes. And finally, if you could do me a big favor and follow my band at Lost Becomes on Instagram, we are getting ready to put out a new single, and I'd appreciate it if you check this out. And with all that out of the way, let's react to some shit.
You know, sometimes I get some wild requests from you guys. At the same time, I am very curious to find out what happens when I cook a brisket for a whole month.
I was first exposed to Guga Foods through you guys recommending that I react to his channel. The chef de cuisine at my sandwich shop, Mission Sandwich Social, recommended I check out this channel, but I love this guy because he is just curious and he's, giving zero fucks and just trying whatever he wants. And I think that's really cool. Someone like myself who went to culinary school, who learned things the traditional way, the right way, sometimes we get stuck in our ways because, it's supposed to be done that way. And I do agree. If you are employing Western cooking techniques, they are called techniques for a reason. And I don't think that these things necessarily stifle you. It's up to the individual person. By learning more technique, it's just an arsenal for your personal expression. But if you don't allow yourself the opportunity to think outside the box, you'll never evolve. Some people don't want to evolve. Some people just want to do the classics. That's okay too. But I really like watching channels like this because it reminds me to be more open-minded, basically. Hey everyone, shout out to the sponsor of today's video, Bespoke Post. Now check this out. Bespoke Post is a monthly membership club where they send you these really cool boxes with really awesome stuff inside from under the radar brands. It's free to join. You can cancel at any time or even skip a month. Every month, they send members a new box that ranges from outdoor gear, kitchen stuff, clothing, basically whatever you can think of. And it's really cool because they tailor the boxes based on a questionnaire that you fill out on the website. Every box is basically like $70 worth of goods for way less. Now, Bespoke Post also lets you preview the box before it's shipped so that basically you're still in control. You get to choose, do I want to keep this box? Maybe I want to swap it for something else that didn't really fall under my questionnaire. Or you want to skip the month entirely at no extra charge. You don't get charged anything unless you keep the box. So the box that I'm really excited to get is called Aged, which comes with a cocktail aging kit, as well as 2 Rocks cocktail tumbler glasses. I'm a chef, but I've always been really fascinated by the world of cocktail making. And now this is my point of entry because before I never really wanted to invest into the equipment for cocktail making at home. But with Bespoke Post, it comes with the recipes and with gear to get me started. It's really the perfect way to start my relationship with Bespoke Post. Also, the Weekender box that I got came with this beautiful bag that's not only high quality and really well made, but it is tough, it is rugged. Best part, it's nice and lightweight. To get 20% off of your first box, visit the link in the description and use code CHEFBT20 at checkout or visit bespokepost.com/chefbt20. Thanks again to Bespoke Post for sponsoring this video, and remember, use code CHEFBT20 for 20% off of your first box.
Brisket explosion.
What? Wait, we gotta watch that again. What was that? What?
Happens when I cook a brisket for a whole month. There's nothing like a good old brisket explosion.
Okay, there's something really cool happening here I just want to mention. Whenever you cook particularly protein. You pull it out of the oven. You never want to cut into it right away. When something's in the oven and cooking, there's a lot of energy and pressure, right? Pushing all the juices into the center as it's cooking, as the heat penetrates the outside and works its way in. So when you remove a piece of protein from an oven, you want to let it rest. Basically, you're allowing the juices to equalize throughout the product again, right? When I'm looking at this cutting board, I don't see signs of bleed from the protein, basically from where the cut on the brisket is to the cutting board. It's dry. To me, that tells me, okay, maybe this was rested properly, but man, as soon as he cut into it, I know this dude knows what he's doing when it comes to protein. I guess just the pressure of the knife just made all that juice spew out. So unbelievable. I have not seen that before. That is cool. It was like a freaking super soaker. A brisket super soaker. Wow. The music sounds like something from a Lowe's
After smoking
commercial.
so many briskets and cooking them sous vide, today is the day we're gonna find out what happens when you cook one for a whole month. Like I said, you guys
Unreal.
asked for it and I'm going to deliver. So let's do it.
Wow, that looks beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Okay.
This is a 15 pounds choice grade full packer brisket, which I got it from Sterling Silver Premium Meats. We call it full packer because it has two muscles, the flat and the point. When I cook brisket, I like to trim it well. I have no idea what will happen to this one, but at the same time, I'm going to treat it as if it was a regular brisket.
Okay.
For the flat part of the brisket, I like to leave a 1/4 inch of fat. The point, however, has a lot of intramuscular fat, so I like to remove all the external fat from the top. Once I was done trimming, this is what it looks like.
You can tell he's using really sharp knives. He's using the blade of the knife to cut it. He's not pushing the knife. That's actually a rookie mistake, and that's something you can look out for when you're watching someone's knife technique. Are they pushing into the product, or are they actually cutting the product? I don't think his name is actually Guga, but I apologize. This is only the second video of his I'm watching. Let's just call him Guga for now. I know you guys are gonna light me up in the comments section. It is what it is. I can take it. Guga here, you can clearly tell he's got a sharp knife. He's really able to cut
I like to leave a
with
1/4 inch
ease,
of
but
fat.
he's also
The point,
cutting,
however,
not pushing.
a lot of
Great technique.
intramuscular fat, so I like to remove all the external fat from the top. Once I was done trimming, this is what it looks like.
Beautiful. So brisket is located by the front legs of the cow. So the brisket is a very worked muscle. So as you can see in the video, the muscle fibers are very big, they're very thick. It's going to be very tough. This type of protein benefits from low and slow cookery, whether it's barbecue and when I say barbecue, I mean like true barbecue, not grilling. That's a totally separate technique, different technique rather. And sous vide is one of those low and slow techniques.
I am using Worcestershire sauce. This is not to give any
Worcestershire.
flavor to the meat.
Okay.
It is basically a binder to make sure that my seasoning will stick. Talking about seasoning, I kept it pretty simple with salt and freshly ground black pepper. As you know, this is a big piece of meat, so you gotta season it well, including all sides and the edges. Now all there's left to do is bag it up and get it ready for the water bath. I'm gonna be cooking this beautiful brisket at 131 degrees Fahrenheit for 31 days, aka 1 month.
Wow. Okay, so 131 degrees, he said. I'm pretty sure that's Fahrenheit. If that was Celsius, that thing would be singed and probably the container would be melted. So 131 Fahrenheit, that is slightly below medium rare. You know, there's a range for medium rare. It's like 130 to 140. I always just say medium rare is 135. So again, 131 to me is like getting closer to the rare side, a little on the rarer side of medium rare. And I think that's a smart move because after he sous vides it for a month, which is insane, from what I saw earlier in the video, he's probably gonna put it inside a smoker of some sort and it's gonna cook a little more. And then by that point, it'll probably be a perfect medium rare. But what happens after a month? I don't know. I have no clue. That's awesome. I love it when I don't know shit. Let's keep watching.
I don't know what to expect. I'm excited to find out just like you guys are. But enough talking, let's take it out. Let's do it.
Wow. Look at all the liquid that has come out of that beef. So it's clearly been cooked to an internal temperature of 131 degrees. The reason why I'm not skeeved out by the fact that it's, been a month, all this stuff grows on the outside of beef. That is why you can serve it rare, medium rare, as opposed to something like chicken. You need to cook it well done or to a minimum of 165 degrees because salmonella penetrates the flesh. So he got this brisket whole, he trimmed it off, he coated it in salt, which is a natural antibacterial, and then he bagged it up right away. There's no other pathogens that can penetrate that bag to cause this meat to go off. Just like dry aging, it sits out, right, for 10 days, 15 days, 30 days, 90 days, and it's perfectly fine to eat once you trim everything on the outside. That's why I'm not worried about getting food poisoning. If I were to consume this, I wouldn't be too worried about getting any type of food poisoning, even though it's been cooking for 30 days. In what I should mention is also the danger zone between 40 degrees Fahrenheit and 140 degrees Fahrenheit is what's known as the danger zone, which is where bacteria and pathogens and viruses, they like multiply exponentially faster than if it was below 40 or above 140. Wow. That would be like the most awesome stock ever. Or broth, rather. Stock is from bones. Broth is from meat. I mean, is that thing like just ready to fall apart after a month of sitting, being sous vide? Beautiful though. I mean, very cool. It looks a lot more together than terrible grammar, terrible vocabulary clearly that I have. Cool knife set. Anyway, I thought it would basically like fall apart as he tried to handle it.
Normally, you see me sitting down right here next to the food and saying, wow, that smells fantastic. But, God, I'm gonna do it like we always done it, but I must use some type of protection. Even the protection.
Sniff it, come on.
I can't.
Okay, so clearly, clearly it smells terrible. Something went funky in there in the cooking process. And again, the meat was sitting in the danger zone below it wasn't below 40 or above 140 degrees. And it's like wet aging. I mean, so it got really funky. Very interesting.
It smells terrible, guys. There's no smell beautiful today.
It is okay.
So I guess that broth that we saw poured out is probably going to be smelling funky as hell too.
Let me try to explain and I'll try to be close to it so that you can actually get the microphone next to me, Mama.
Let me extend my arm.
Mama is like this and he's not even coming forward. It smells like a baby inside of your car and it was left over for days on the sun. Guys, it is horrible smell and I am 100%, not even a doubt, sure that it's bad.
Oh, it's bad.
It is bad, bad, bad. Now the question comes, let's just discard it or let's go ahead and put it on the smoker, see what happens, slice it up, at least for us to see what it is. I'm sure hold on, let me take a deep breath. I'm sure if I don't do that, you guys will be very upset with me. So I think we gotta run the experiment.
I mentioned earlier in the video, and I was clearly wrong, that I wasn't concerned about it going off or pathogens because, well, maybe I'm still right technically, but let me finish the thought, which is, bacteria pathogens don't penetrate into the meat, it's around the meat. But this thing was sitting in a warm liquid in the danger zone where, again, bacteria and pathogens grow exponentially, right? So while nothing additional penetrated into this beef while sitting in the bag because it was vacuum sealed. Whatever it took with it inside, despite, remember I mentioned that it was salted on the outside, salt acts as a natural antibacterial. Clearly, it wasn't enough to prevent this thing from smelling like shit. And again, what the hell was I expecting? It was sitting in there for 30 days. So, you know, I'm pretty sure that smell, because this thing was stuck in a bag for a month like that, in this, you know, funky temperature, because dry aging is a very controlled thing. The room has to be at a specific humidity and temperature so that it doesn't go off. And again, 131 is like prime for things to go off, right?
Wow, it is absolutely horrific and horrified. Obviously, I don't have to tell you not to do this. Do not do this in any possible way. And
I should mention, I mentioned earlier, classically trained, they also teach you food safety. I would never think to try this myself because it's so wacky and outside the realm of regular Western cooking technique. Don't expect to see me do this type of stuff on one of my menus. But again, guys like Guga are just experimenting. They're curious and he wants to find out more and see what happens. Now, I do want to mention, in the dry aging process, there is a funk that develops on the protein, which, you know, depending on who you are, is or isn't as desirable. I tend to like, a dry aged steak that has a bit of funk. Some people go for, they want a little less of the funk, but they want more of the tenderness and the flavor concentration that comes with dry aging. This is that. It's not dry aged, obviously. It's been sous vide, but that funk is, on to the max, again, because it's been cooking sous vide for a month in the danger zone temp. Very interesting. I wonder if he tastes it. See, that looks beautiful. That's gorgeous. I mean, if you put that in front of me and I couldn't smell it, I would just assume that was a wonderfully smoked piece of brisket right there, and I'd eat the shit out of that.
There we have it, everybody. It's very true what they say. Looks can be deceiving, right, Mama?
Oh, yeah.
I want to stress one more time, this is a terrible idea. Do not try this at home. This is bad, all right? This meat is unedible. Who knows what there is inside? With that being said, I must say that it looks phenomenal.
It looks beautiful.
But it's funny because what it smells like is like, when you go to the gym and you pump some iron and you work out like there's no tomorrow, and you're sweating and you work out for 8 hours nonstop, right? And then you go ugh, and then you want to go and take a shower, but you don't have time to. You go and spray yourself all over with deodorant and stuff like that.
I know our viewers are more sophisticated. They don't do that.
I'm just saying.
But they know somebody that does.
It's possible, right? I'm just saying. And then that's what it smells like, all right? Because the smoke is masking the terrible smell that is inside of this.
Going back to the bacteria not penetrating inside the flesh, something I did not think about, being that it sat in this bag for a month, being sous vide, is that it's soaked in its own juices for a month. So whatever spoiled definitely penetrated the flesh by the end of it.
With that being said, it is absolutely not safe to eat. At the same time, we've been all this way. I want to know what the texture will look like, right, Mama? Don't you want to know?
We're gonna do it all the way.
We're gonna know. I want to find out what the texture is like and what it will be like, even though we might not eat. You want to eat it?
Sick knife collection, man. Okay, so this is way drier than what I saw in the beginning. Was it added, or maybe because the area he cut was closer to the fat, so it had more juice to spew out? I don't know. I mean, it looks beautiful. Looks absolutely gorgeous. Look at how, you see how that end part just fell right off? I mean, that thing is barely holding together. So he definitely let it rest well. Look at how easily the fat is sliding off. Yeah, this is not spewing as much juice as that beginning B-roll, and it's also a different cutting board. I love this music. Yeah, that meat is barely holding together. It looks delicious. I would eat the shit out of that. Wow, look at that. This music is 90s action movie where they're trying to build up the suspense. Okay, yeah, nice. The B-roll where he cut the meat and that all that juice spewed out. I don't know if that was maybe he did another one, maybe he poured some juice. It's clearly not as juicy as what I saw in the beginning. And why, I don't know.
Are you ready for this?
Right now, I wish I was Darth Vader.
Darth Vader, yeah. All right, we got to do this, Mama. Let's do it for the team.
All right.
All right, everybody. This is a little bit unbearable. Let's just say it.
A little bit.
It is difficult to describe to them what it smells like. But at the same time, what do you think happened?
I think it has something to do with the fat.
The fat.
Yeah. Just by standing at that temperature and just cooking it for so long, basically the fat started to rot.
Probably right. I know you guys know 10 times more than we do, and I'm pretty sure.
I love that, man. He's like, I don't know. And same here. I don't know either. And I can only make predictions based on what I've learned in my training and my years of experience.
Obviously, a month is way ridiculous. It is absolutely, don't do it, everybody.
And it was a beautiful piece too.
I wanted to eat it.
I wouldn't do it for more than like 3 hours. I'm sorry. I wouldn't, maybe like 5-6 hours. I'd even experiment with 8, maybe 12, pretty much overnight, but I really wouldn't go beyond that personally.
Like, okay, it's bad, but I'm willing to put that on my mouth to describe the taste.
No, Mama. If you do that, you have kids. You have family. I would never allow that to happen.
I was willing there. But then after we smoked, I was like, you know what? No problem. I'm gonna do this just to describe to you guys the taste. But after we cut it open again,
no.
It's all I can do not to throw up right now. Honestly.
I would say that it is worse now than when we open it with the bag.
Really?
Yeah.
Because the smell of it just went like, whoop. And that's what it is, guys. I know you guys are smart, and I know they're gonna let us know what happened. Something happened.
We recommend you do not do this.
Do not even think about it. It is a waste of your time. And brisket, it is horrible. The only reason I did it is because you guys asked for it. You want to find out what happened, how long you can push it, which is kind of good. We know that a month is ridiculous.
They don't taste it. I wish they would have, even though they probably would have gotten violently sick. Again, very interesting. Not something, I don't sous vide much. I've worked in restaurants where they do sous vide. Again, I made one prediction. I was completely wrong. Now I know. With that said, I would never sous vide something for 30 days. So very cool, very interesting. And you guys, really great recommendation. I am gonna check out more of this channel and more Guga Foods channel. But more importantly, let me know what you want to see me react to next. And with that said, I am Chef Brian Tsao, not your typical chef, and I'll see you really soon.